Yo guys, what's going on? My name is Chris. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about something a little different, something that you may have not heard, maybe you have heard of, I'm unsure. I'm going to talk about the dirty, the painful, the not so much discussed aspects of success. And I want to put this lens of focus on success for everyone who dreams of it, who's on their journey to it, who is successful will definitely be able to relate to this video. No matter where you are on the journey, we're going to talk about some of the dirty, painful things today. I don't want to sound pessimistic because generally speaking, I am very optimistic. But going through some of these things right now in my life, I'm filled with emotion to speak on it, and I want to get vulnerable about it. So before we get into the video, all I ask is you do one thing if you're on this channel, smash that like button. Now let's talk about the dirty shit with success. All right, a couple of housekeeping things here. Number one, apologize for my audio over the past couple of weeks. It's been a little shitty. Well, that's what happens when you don't know how to do audio and or shoot shows, but just show up every day and try and figure it out. Which is very similar to success, okay? So let's talk about what success is first and foremost. A lot of famous authors have written about success. A lot of professional athletes, a lot of well-to-do people have spoken about success. People way more successful than I, if you even consider me that. Now, most people in my life do consider me successful and have for a very long time. I do agree, however, my position on it is I just show up every fucking day. And that's a lot of what success really boils down to, is showing up every day and giving it your best shot. Half the time your best shot works, half the time it doesn't work. And maybe after a decade it worked 75% of the time, and 25% of the time it doesn't work. So anyways, I'm just a normal dude. I wear pants just like you do. I fucking stub my toe. I make mistakes daily. You guys just don't see them. And mistakes are lessons. And there are lots of lessons when it comes to not only mistakes, but also success. And I guess the point that I'm getting at is I'm just a normal dude who fucks a bunch of shit up and tries to figure out what to do afterwards. Much like many other successful people that I know, whether they admit it or not. I could see it through their actions. But anyways, the point is, and what I'm getting at is, and I apologize for my voice. It's a little hoarse today. I was yelling and screaming yesterday, like the savage that I am. And, you know, many people know my background that watch this show and have seen a lot from me over the past, say, 12 to 13 years. And there's this interesting thing that happens when you try to build a life that is beyond mundane and average of, you know, typical shit. You're encountered with a lot of problems. You're encountered with a lot of pushback. You're encountered with failures. And most people that I've read about, and I do a lot of reading, to put into perspective, I've read 16 or 17 books this year. We're in month 11. So that's more than a book a month. It's pretty decent. And I've been doing it for years. But that's not the point. The point is, I've read a lot about successful people, far beyond what people consider me. And successful people tend to fail a lot. We could talk about many. Let's just talk about two. Let's talk about Michael Jordan failing in high school at basketball, not making the team. He's arguably the best player to ever live in basketball at this point. Let's talk about Walt Disney being bankrupt in his early 20s. Both Disney and Michael Jordan, not only in their industries, but are some of the most recognizable brands. Jordans, Disney, ever. Failure comes with success. And I've experienced plenty of failure on my journey. And this interesting thing started happening. A lot of the stuff that I read about of other successful people started to ring in my mind about the climb back up after failing and paying attention to who's around you when you fail. So here I am over a decade into my career, and as many of you know, I have just released a new project. I wrote a book. It's around here somewhere. Actually, I think it's right behind me, right there. I'm proud of it. I'm very proud of it. And it's already broken records of self-published authors. The average self-published author sells about 250 books over the course of their lifetime. We did that in the first month, not even the first 2 weeks. But I'm not one that flexes. It's not about money. It's about the accomplishment. It's about the journey of success. No, literally, guys, I don't know if you've written a book or not. You're not going to make money writing a book. It's about value. It's about impact. It's about helping people relate to your story or whatever you're writing about in the self-development situation like I'm in. But the point that I'm getting at is, all right, it's not that we've sold a bunch of books or any of that shit. And I'm grateful for it. But the point is the climb back up the ladder of success and continuing to go. And when you climb up that ladder of success, after falling down a bit, maybe flat on your fucking face and dragged around on the bottom a little bit, right? You also got to pay attention to who's around and who's not around. Success in the dirty parts of it, in the painful parts of it, really has a lot to do with analyzing who's in your corner, who actually is in your corner, who says they're in your corner, who actually is in your corner, and who's actually being loyal to you behind your back. Some of the most painful, dirtiest parts of success is also where the growth lies. Paying attention to who applauds you when you do things big is important. Paying attention to who's around when you fall flat on your face is important. And paying attention to who actually supports you through their actions is important. And the painful, dirty lesson that I'm talking about could be a nice reality check that even the people closest to you, and a lot of times the people closest to you are the ones who want to see you fail, who don't support you, and actually don't give a fuck. In my north of 10-year journey, I was ignorant to this for probably the first better part of a decade. But the cool part is, now that I'm moved into my second decade, I've learned all this shit. And that's why I pass it along to you. And that's why I'm here discussing some of the most painful, dirty aspects of building a life of success, is knowing that the people that you hold closest to you don't care. But that's okay, because now you know, or I know in this case, who to shut the door on, who to leave the door ajar, and who to give my energy, my time, my money, my resources. Pay attention to who claps, guys. Pay attention to who shows up, and pay attention to who doesn't show up. That's the dirty shit of success. And I hope, honestly, you find value in this show, wherever you are, on whatever level or journey of success in life that you're on. All right. So, the dirtiness, the painful aspects of success. It's a part of the journey, guys. I'm not new to it. It's not my first rodeo. It might not be your first rodeo. And if it is your first rodeo, you're not alone. I see in the macro aspect who's watching. And I see in the micro aspect who's actually in my corner. And I appreciate you guys and I love you guys. I've got love for everyone. I want to see you win, even if you don't want to see me win. And that's the difference, honestly. That's the motherfucking difference. Guys, if you're still here and you're listening to the show, I ask that you do me a favor, right? I'm not pitching you my book, none of that bullshit. All right, I'm not asking for donations. Smash that like button, drop a comment, consider subscribing. That's it. Smash that like button, drop a comment. I want to hear what you think. Consider subscribing. I'll catch you next time.